Hello, hello. It's Katsupanta, and I'm coming to you from Costa Rica. I am super burned today. We walked like 20 kilometers across the beaches today, and you can't really see because there's like it's really bright outside. You can actually see my face though. So welcome to the Hangout, and I'm super excited to have Rochelle and Brandon on the panel today. Thanks, guys, for coming on. Hello. You gonna say hi?
Hi, sorry, we muted out. We were sitting there talking, and like, oh, hi, everyone. Just see our lips moving. Hey, guys. Hey, everyone.
Fantastic. So, if you're tuning in, then we're going to be doing these Hangouts. They're Thursdays at 6 p.m. Eastern. They're going to be short and sweet Hangouts with different trainings. We're going to have different hosts, different topics. We're all online entrepreneurs. So we're going to be sharing about online entrepreneurship, about many things, blogging. Today, as you can see, it's about video marketing. So we're going to dive right in. And if you have comments or questions or feedback, you can write them on the page. Feel free to share the page. And at the end, we're kind of going to go with the panel and see if we have any other feedback. And, it's going to be like a 30-minute hangout. So I'm going to dive right into it. I'm going to probably be talking super fast because I've had a lot of coffee and smoothies today, as per usual. So, today we're talking about video marketing. So before I kind of go into a bit of a presentation I have, and I want to actually go live on YouTube because, when I say video marketing, I'm going to be talking a little bit about the aspect of creating videos themselves. And, in terms of topics and so in terms of how to shoot videos, a little bit about that, and also going into YouTube. And I want to talk a little bit about keyword research and kind of the psychology behind it. So, when we get to that, hi, Myra.
Hello.
Welcome. So I'm just diving into the training right away. I don't know if I'm just going to mute you out for now. So I'm just gonna go right into it. I'm gonna share my screen and talk a little bit about, let's see, let me just hit some buttons here. Okay, cool. So today is video marketing magic. I hope you guys can see my screen, or actually here, I've done this before where I don't choose my screen, so let me do that. Okay. I think you can see my screen. Let me know if you can't. So today is video marketing magic, how to build your brand and business with videos. For Romeo and myself, we've had a YouTube channel for quite some time, and we actually made, a lot of our business actually grew on YouTube, and it was through keyword research. It was through us sharing kind of different things, things about mindset, things about our lifestyle, and it just continues to grow. I think right now we're about to cross 90,000 views and over 600 subscribers, and it's funny because once you get kind of that momentum with your channel, it just keeps growing. It's kind of like one of those autopilot things. So video marketing is obviously, it really works, and it's a really good way to get people to you. If you think about, kind of talking about the psychology of it, if you think about people that go to YouTube, they're going there and they're searching for something, right? It's very different when, and I kind of want to give you this kind of idea. So, let's say, for example, ads, right? Running an ad. Let's say you run an ad on Facebook. So I just kind of want to do a little bit of a comparison here. And I'm not saying one is better than the other. I just want to show you kind of the idea behind it. So if someone, has an ad in front of their face and they click on it, right? Okay, they've clicked on it, and it's kind of your job to get them to notice it, right? To get them to kind of to see it and to want to click on it. Versus if someone goes to YouTube and types something in, right? They're typing something in and they're actually searching for an answer. If you kind of think about the stages of where a person is when they're looking for something versus if they're not really looking for something but they see something that catches their eye, there's a really different mindset there, right? A person that goes into YouTube and actually searches for something, a lot of people go on YouTube to search for how-to stuff, right? They want to know how to do something, right? So how-to videos are huge, and I'm going to talk about that in a moment because I'm going to talk about some topics as well about, what to shoot videos about. But a person that goes to YouTube, they're searching for something. They're kind of already past a certain stage where they know that they have a problem and they're looking for a solution, right? It's not a person that you have to kind of convince that they maybe need a solution to something, right? Maybe they're not aware of it. This is different. This is a person that's actually looking for it, right? Same on Google. And the thing is with YouTube, it's actually quite easy to rank on it, right? Like we have some kind of ninja strategies that we also teach within our tribe. And I'm going to show you some examples as well of some of our tribe members that actually rank on YouTube just with some tweaks that they've even done in the past few days. Like it's pretty crazy. And it's not that hard. It's pretty simple actually. So I'm not going to be getting into that today too much, but I do want to kind of talk about the psychology behind it. So if you think about that, right, a person that goes to YouTube, they're searching. And so if you can get yourself on the first page of YouTube, what does that mean, right? Yes, now you kind of had to get their attention, right, with your title, with your video, right, but you are now in front of them, right? They've searched for something, they've searched for a solution, and now you are there in front of them, and now they can choose, right? They can choose to watch your video, and you can provide them with a solution. So, I mean, that's really, really powerful. That kind of, if you can see the difference, right, between that, it's huge. So, some video marketing tips. You know, if you are maybe just getting into video, or even if you've been doing video for a while, these are just tips that, you know, really help me in shooting videos. If you're nervous to shoot videos, I would just say go and shoot as many videos as you can, because the more you shoot, the better you're going to feel, the more comfortable you're going to get. You know, I was really nervous when I first was shooting videos. My stomach would hurt. I'd have like stomach cramps, you know, before, during, and after. You know, I remember my first hangout, like what we're doing here. This is also on YouTube, right? This hangout right now is on YouTube. And, you know, when I did my first hangout, I also, like, I was just so nervous, right? But the more that I do it and the more that I got into it, it's just very natural now. And it will come naturally to you as well. It's not something that people just are naturals at right away. It comes through practice, right? So I would just recommend, you know, like Brandon on the panel, he did a personal challenge where he challenged himself to do 30 days of video. And I kind of want to bring up Brandon after to talk a little bit about that experience, because I know he was nervous about doing video. So, I mean, anyone can do it. Anyone can come out and just start shooting videos, right? So some kind of ground rules of how to make this simple for yourself. Talk about what you are passionate about. Just make it easy for yourself. Don't try to, I don't know, talk about things that maybe you think people want to hear. You know, it's very complicated, and it just, start with you. Start with what you know. Start with what you are passionate about. And I know you are passionate about something. You have something that you love, that you know, when you start talking about it, you just get excited, right? Talk about that, and it'll start to flow. Trust me, it'll start to flow. I recommend that you keep your videos short, lively, you know, kind of, you know, maybe you can see, like, I mean, you don't have to do this, but I talk a lot with my hands, and I get, like, really into it, right? And, you know, just get comfortable. Get comfortable as though you're speaking to a friend. And that was actually one tip that really helped me to start shooting videos. I had a hard time when I was talking, because I was like, I'm just talking on this phone here, because I would shoot videos on my phone, and I'd be like, who am I really talking to? So once I really decided, I was like, well, what if I say, you know, I'm talking to my friend, or even that I'm talking to, like, my old self, like if I'm teaching something or something, right? It just made it a lot easier, right? And it's easier to be yourself when you take that approach. If you're talking to someone that you know, you automatically get more comfortable, right? Don't think of the people that are going to watch it. Think of, you know, who you want to talk to. Think of it that way. And also important, always end your videos with a call to action. You know, ask people to do something, you know, to share a comment with you, to share your video, to give you feedback, to watch something, to go to your blog post, to check out a link, to whatever it is, right? To check out a product, to whatever service or whatever it is that you're doing with your videos, right? Whatever you are promoting with your brand, you know, lead them to like a fan page, a Facebook fan page, anything, literally anything, right? And ask them to do something at the end of it, right? Usually I would ask them to, you know, reach out, right? And give us feedback or comments or something, right? And always share your videos on social media and your blog, right? So I hope you have a blog. You can embed this into your blog. And also, you know, when you upload a video to YouTube, you have these social share buttons at the bottom. Share them. Share them on Pinterest, share them on Facebook, on your fan page, all of these places, because it really helps, right? It helps to get that social proof also going for your video. You know, you can get people commenting on it and giving it a thumbs up. And if you're watching this, you're probably watching it on a page. There's social share buttons, and I would really love for you to hit those social share buttons, and I appreciate if you do that. So, you know, that's kind of the process, right? Like, we're doing a video here about video marketing, but it's essentially the same kind of process. We're going to be on YouTube, right? So that's kind of some tips for you that I wanted to share. Let me just see the time that we've got here. Okay, good. We're doing good for time. And then some tips for like topics. Because a lot of people are like, I don't know, you know, what do I talk about? Well, I already kind of said it. How-to videos are huge, right? Any kind of how-to video. You know, before I was an online entrepreneur, I was a personal trainer for a long time, and so, you know, shooting videos about that, like that whole idea of starting with what you know, whatever it is that you know, just start there, right? If you just learned something, it means you learned it already, and you can share it. You can share how you did it, right? Whatever it may be. It doesn't have to be like a very technical thing, right? It can be anything. It can be, you know, if you started an online business, you know, how to start an online business, right? Like that kind of thing. Top list, right? Top lists of things, top list videos where you share your top 5 travel destinations or something, right? Your top favorite, I don't know, food. I know it sounds ridiculous, but you know what I'm saying, right? I can't kind of think of it on the top of my head. But top list videos. Book or product reviews are huge. You can, I mean, you can rank for those, and you can share your thoughts, right? If you're listening to something like an audiobook or reading a book or using a product or anything like that, you can do a review of it. And just as a side note, I would recommend to always be positive, right? I mean, it doesn't mean you have to like the product, and you can say that, but don't be kind of like a negative Nelly, right? Being kind of critical or even complaining or anything like that, that's going to attract a certain kind of person to your videos, and we kind of want to stay away from that, right? We want to attract kind of the more positive. Obviously, be honest in your reviews. But be nice about it, right? It's just kind of like one of those golden rules, right? Be nice about it. You can share your personal story, you can share your lifestyle, you can share personal breakthroughs you've had, you know, lessons you've learned. If you're sharing your journey as an entrepreneur, for example, you can share all that stuff, right? Romeo and I do that all the time. That's what we share. Training and strategy videos, you can share, you know, a little how-to video on I don't know, if you're already in online business, you can, you know, if you just learned something and learned how to, I don't know, get traffic through Pinterest or through fan pages or something like that, you can share a strategy. You can do interviews. You can do like a hangout like this. It's hosted on YouTube, and you can ask people if you can interview them. I mean, people do it all the time, right? We've gotten a lot of interviews, and we also have done a lot of interviews where I've asked people to come on and I just interview them. And then panelist discussion hangouts, like kind of like what we have here. You can choose a topic. You can even do like a weekly thing. You can choose a topic and just do a weekly hangout with panelists. We've done that in the past too. I've done that with different books, like where we choose a book and we just talk about the book every week, about a new chapter, things like that. So these are some ideas. I hope they help you, because it really isn't complicated, and I know sometimes it can kind of scare people. I'm also going to now go to YouTube. Sometimes it can scare people as to all of these things, right? Like the technicalities about, you know, who, like what to talk about, and kind of just even maybe shooting the videos. But so one thing I want to show you is, well, because the thing is I'm hosting this on our channel, so I don't know if I can log out. It doesn't matter if you're logged in or out, but this idea of doing keyword research, right? So I do my keyword research here on YouTube. And what do I mean by keyword research? I mean, if you're going to shoot a video, so I'm like really bad at, like, I've been searching for a lot of cat videos lately. Like, why do so see what happens when I start typing something in. why do, and then all of these things pop up. Sometimes they're like really supremely weird. Why do fools fall in love? Okay, I want to click on that. That's like very strange. So there you go. It's a song, right? And there's a lot of songs. All right. Let's do the how-to. How to, this is a popular one, how to tie a tie. So just to show you, right? So I typed in how to tie a tie, and I think my little Zoom thing here. So there's 872,000 search results for this, okay? And that means that, it doesn't mean that this exact phrase is this exact result. It just means that combinations of these words result in these many search results. So I don't know if that makes sense. If that doesn't make sense, it will make sense in a moment. If you add, let me see. If you add quotation marks at the beginning and at the end of the keyword, okay, so same keyword, but I added quotation marks and I search, you are now searching for this very specific order of words. And so now you know how many people go on YouTube and type in exactly how to tie a tie, okay? Now there's 57,000 results. So that means there is still 57,000 people searching how to tie a tie exactly. And because this is kind of confusing people sometimes. If I go back, right, and I take out the quotations, 873,000. So there's combinations of these. Now, one tip that I have that that actually has helped us a lot is, let me show you one of our videos. We do a lot of stuff about the 4-hour work week. So 4-hour work week. So you see how these search results are coming up, right? How am I for time? Okay, good for time. So success story. So that's actually a popular one. And so here we are, right? This video has gotten over 2,000 views. And funny enough, oh, here we are again. Another one. This one has gotten over 3,000 views. Oh, and then we have this one, too. This is an audiobook review. And I'll show you another one in a moment. But what we do is, I do kind of like a double heading, where you kind of have like a heading and a subheading in the title. And as you can see, a lot of people do this, right? So, like, let's say this one, 4-hour work week real life success story dash how to build a personal profitable niche SEO blog, right? What we did is entrepreneur's journey being realistic versus unrealistic dash a 4-hour work week success story. So what does that mean? It means that there will be combinations of words in this title that people will search for. So I don't even always know exactly the search term that we're found for, but I know it's a combination of this, right? So me typing this in, there's no quotations, right? There's about 10,000 search results. If I add quotations, it's actually going to significantly drop, right, for this exact keyword. So let me show you. So there's only 122 results, right? That's not a lot. But because I have more words in the what is it called, title, then I know that we are more able to be found, right? So we have another video here, right? 4-hour workweek success story dash time freedom dash work from anywhere. We usually just do 2, okay? This one is also the same. 4-hour workweek audiobook review, chapter 3 of the 4-hour workweek, okay? And then we rank also for the actual word for the channel, because your channel can have a main topic keyword. So one thing I want to show you, some cool things here, and these are just very recent, like one member on our tribe, Hannah, she just did a video about a book called The Power by Rhonda Byrne, okay? And she had a video, and the video, she didn't put the title in. And I told her just as a tip to add in the title. And so let me just show you how awesome this is. Power by Rhonda Byrne. I think it was a review. And here she is. So that's what she did. The Power by Rhonda Byrne book review dash The Power of Love. That's kind of like the subheading, right? She's on the first page. I mean, this is really, really cool. This is really fast. This is a very new video, right? So this is, I'm trying to show you the power of how, you know, it does, when you're first starting a channel, it does take a bit of work, right? You want to put videos on your channel, and not every video is going to be a hit, but once you have videos coming up and you're using this kind of concept of, you know, thinking about keywords. So if you're talking about, like, let's say you're doing a how-to video. Well, if you're doing a how-to video, then you can think, you know, if you're doing, like, let's say you're doing a series, like I said I was a personal trainer, and we have a trainer in our tribe, Alicia, right? So doing a series about, like, core exercises, right? So it can be kind of like a core exercise series dash, and then whatever the specific exercise is, right? You can do a series. That's actually another idea for topics. You can do a series of videos on a topic, right? So whatever it is, like off the top of my head, if you do a book review, you can review each chapter. I mean, I don't know how many chapters it has, but the ideas are pretty much limitless. They're like boundless as to what you can do. So I think this is pretty exciting, right? I love video and I love YouTube, and I'm thankful for them because we get to use this amazing platform, right? And it's a lot of fun. And what you can do too is that, I'm going to stop presenting. You can always go back and you can kind of look at, you can search for yourself. It's actually really cool when you search for yourself and you find yourself and you're like, cool, you know, and then maybe you see yourself on the second page and you do some tweaks and all of a sudden you're on the first page. It does happen, and I do that all the time. So I wanted to share these things, you know. If you have questions or comments or anything like that, you can comment on the page, or you can get back to, sorry, my kitten is trying to take my headphones. You can get back to the person that invited you to the Hangout if you have questions or anything like that. So I wanted to, if Brandon, if you're comfortable sharing about your experience with your video challenge, because I think it was fantastic that you did that, if you're comfortable sharing about it.
Oh yeah, of course, sure. So to start, video for me was one of the hardest things that to do, because it scared the crap out of me. Like, seriously, when I could talk to people really well, but getting in front of video I would completely freeze up. And I kept trying it. I kept setting up videos, and I was just like, I couldn't say the right things, and it just wasn't working. But like she's saying, video marketing is so huge in any industry. If you can put your face in front of people, people can get to know you as a person. So I knew it was super important, and I knew that I had to get it, but it took months for me to even just try. But once I did, well, basically, so I was challenged on a 30-day challenge by another one of our tribe members. It was like, look, you're great talking to people. You need to get on camera. You need to try it. So I decided to accept a 30-day challenge. And every day I went out and I made sure I recorded a video. And at first I was shaky. I was scared. But I took the tips that Kat was mentioning, like, think of somebody who, like, think that you're talking to someone that you know, or think I was having a conversation with Rochelle when I was talking about it, and it helped smooth things out. And the more that you do it, the more you get comfortable with it. So it was really only like 3 to 5 minutes a day. Did it for 30 days straight, and by day like 12 or 13, I already had started to feel like a pro, and it just kept getting better and better and better. And now I could set up a camera and just talk to it, no problem. And it really, you find out that if you're scared of video like I was, that's not as much to be scared about. Like, you don't have to think about all the people who are going to be watching, and you just don't have to think too much about it. Just do it, because people are going to like you for you, and you're going to attract the people who like you. And I started to do that. As soon as I put myself on video, our business started improving on so many levels. Like, I had so many people contact me and just say, look, you're inspiring me on this level. You're really helping me out here. I love what you're doing. And that's, I mean, all it was me putting my face in front of them, because we've done a lot of writing prior to that. But video is huge, and really it's just do it every day, like, or try and put a few minutes here and there to get yourself more comfortable on it, because it's a skill to learn. But really, you don't. If anybody is scared like I was, you don't have as much to be worried about as you think, because once you start pushing past that barrier, it'll really help things, and yeah, anyone can do it, really.
That is fantastic, Brandon. Thank you for sharing. And I think it's awesome. I don't know if you want to share like what you guys are doing right now, because I know you're also going to be taking your video marketing in a certain direction.
So a big reason that I did the 30-day challenge was to get me comfortable for our new lifestyle change. And so we decided with this industry, we dove into it, and we knew that we wanted this. We knew we wanted an online business. We knew we wanted to work from home. We knew that we wanted what we have out of what we're doing here. And once we started, we decided that we are going to sell our house. We actually already sold our house. It was on the market. It was on the market for 5 days, and it sold above our expectations. It's freaking amazing. But we decided we are going to downsize 9% or 95%. We're going minimal, and we're going to buy an RV and hit the road for about a year or two. We're going to teach people how to blog. We're going to we want to see the U.S.
Well, we just want to travel, and we want to share our story, and we want to share the message that going after your dreams is what it's all about, you know. And our dream was to travel the U.S. in an RV, and that's just the beginning, So the message is, follow your dreams. And
video marketing was so huge to that. So like, this was to get me comfortable, to bring everybody on the journey along with us. So we're going to be recording and documenting everything that we do, the places that we stay, the places that we eat, where we're at the times that we're at, and we're just going to show people what we're doing and let them take the journey with us, because I mean, it's our dream, but we can show people that dreams are possible at the same time, and that's why we're doing what we're doing
have
here.
A blast
and
doing
it's going to be a ton of fun, and I mean, I think we're going to have a blast doing it. We're excited.
Yeah, I mean, I'm so excited to see you guys like different places, and like just shooting like different, like I'm obsessed with sunsets, so like sunsets and like these different areas, and like those like selfie like all around kind of things. I'm like super excited to see all that stuff. You guys are gonna have so much fun, and it's really inspiring to see that. And you wouldn't be able to see it without video, right? A picture can be powerful, but if you can see it on video and you can see the journey and you can see people doing these things, it really becomes real, right? And it does become real for the other person because they see it, right? They see the journey. And even this idea about if you're nervous about video, it's okay, because you're also showing your journey, and people can really relate to that, right? Like, I was horrible with video when I started, and it's okay, and people saw kind of this evolution of how we became more comfortable too, and that it just makes you a real person, because we're all just, living our lives and just sharing that. So I'm super excited to see that. Thank you so much for sharing, Brandon, and congratulations. I'm so happy for you guys. It's just so awesome. And I wanted to ask Myra, do you have any comments or feedback or anything that you wanted to add to the Hangout?
No, I don't think there's anything I want to add. Congratulations, Brandon and Rochelle. It's awesome. I'm very envious. That's what I want to do too one day. We just have a few extra kiddos to take into consideration, so I'm excited for them. So yeah, I love what you shared about doing video and showing Hannah's video up there and stuff. That's encouraging.
Yeah, I was muted. That's fantastic. Thank you, Myra. Okay. So thank you, everyone. Thank you, Myra. Thank you, Rochelle and Brandon, for coming on the panel. Thank you for watching. To the viewers, again, if you have questions or comments, leave them on the page. Hit those social share buttons, please. I'm kind of dark here. So, there I am. I'm all red. Thank you for tuning in. We have these Hangouts every Thursday at 6 p.m. Eastern. They're going to be 30 minutes, short and sweet, with different topics about business, about online business, different strategies, mindset, and following your dreams, because that's what it's all about. So thank you. What we always say here in Costa Rica is Pura Vida, and see you guys on the next Hangout.